the event about today?
This is about the rice. So you know that the conference is going on where we are, actually looking after that how when we are exporting our produce, especially the rice, then what are the challenges we are facing, what are the regulatory requirements, and how we as a regulator, as a scheme owners or standard making bodies or certification bodies or the agencies who are exporting, the exporters, so how they have to come in one line and they have to work together and how they can cater this challenge and make sure that India should, go in that, now we are the largest exporter, but I have to maintain that. The maintaining is also very important as per the global requirement and standard, because the dynamic things which is changing every day. You have heard the session where the MRLs are changing, the requirement and demands are changing. So how to cater not only on domestic one but also how when we are exporting it. So yes.
Okay, but there are some issues from the importing countries.
Yes.
So how are we dealing with it?
Okay, so now we do have to benchmark our standards. Now, if I take an example of global good agriculture practice, where we do have our Indian standard, but we also have to have the similar standard which the exporting country wants. Like the MRL levels are one of the parameters in the standards which we are following. Like we have seen that in our country we have some requirements of certain pesticide levels which can be allowed to use in certain MRL. But the other country, exporting country, where suppose US and EU especially, we have some other, the MRL levels are much more lower. So that we have to maintain, we have to benchmark it. How to do it? We all regulators have to come up. So that is a challenge which we are facing. Secondly, the awareness. The awareness is very important, where we also need to know our country and the exporters when we are signing an agreement with them. When before exporting the produce, we should know that what is the requirement of their MRLs, what is their procedure requirement. If an exporter is exporting, they should know the contracts between them, and their standards and our standards should be benchmarked first. Then only that would be the hazard-free one.
How are we educating farmers?
Okay, so educating the farmers is we do have, suppose I'll take an example of rice, especially if you say about organic. So when it comes to organic cultivation, and also we as a regulator in APEDA or in the Ministry of Agriculture, when it comes to good agriculture practice, Bharat Gap, India Gap is there, QCI in Quality Council of India, we have training bodies where they are coming up with certain kind of training, tailor-made training program for organic, for global gap, for good agriculture practice. Because documentation is one thing, farmers being not that much educated, but now also they are coming up. Many FPOs are getting advanced. So how to this advanced FPOs, especially farmer producer group, can be a sample or pilot, and they can train the other farmers, because farmers will hear their community itself. So if the advanced farmer is there and they can be trained by the regulators or the certification body or the training bodies from the QCI itself, then the advanced farmers can implement, or they can roll it out. And because of local, vocal by local, if you say it, so they can listen to their language more easier than the regulators or the policy, because they're coming down and doing it. So that is one part. Yeah.
Yes, in organic we were the first country in the world who introduced web-based complete traceability, and that was a web-based traceability. It is to build the confidence of the buyers, to ensure the credibility. So now that organic produce, importer can check the organic produce right from where they have received it till back to the farm level, from who is the farmer who has supplied this produce to them, and the complete value chain they can check what treatment has happened, what travel they have taken place, what is the laboratory test they have undergone. All that they can trace back, and they know that what they are getting is actually from what particular farm which has come. It's a complete web-based traceability, and yes, we were the first one to do it. Yes, in grapes it was introduced first, and because we had some issues in a particular country, and then we introduced the traceability systems in grapes. So successful that from that particular country we are now, I think, one of the largest importer of grapes of India, Presently, we are exporting grapes in huge numbers and quality to the world. Food safety, EIC and APEDA, we are complementing with each other because we ensure that importing country requirements are met, and wherever there is a involvement of EIC, we do take care of their assistance. And as far as food safety is concerned, whosoever are exporters, we ask them to ensure that you are meeting food safety requirements, because our food safety requirements are more or less aligned with Codex standards which are internationally accepted. The quality, is important. We need not say it many words, because if you want to sell your produce, if you want a repeat order, you need to have a quality. And when it comes to the export level, then we have to meet the quality of the importing country. So most of them importing countries are following Codex standards, but there are countries who have Codex plus standards. So we have to meet these standards, both whether Codex or they have their own stringent quality standards. If we want to import to that country, equally important are labeling requirements, because many of the countries have their own peculiar labeling requirements. So our exporters have to meet their labeling requirements also if they want to export their produce to that particular country.
So why some importing countries are changing the MRL levels, which is impacting our exports and forcing us to take new decisions?
This is the challenge we are facing, because MRL levels, few countries are changing based on science-based risk assessment basis, but many of them are changing on technical grounds. But that becomes a non-tariff barrier, and we are challenging at many fronts. We are addressing that issues to the countries. We are addressing through many ways. Sometimes we are successful, sometimes we are not, and then we alter our own systems and ensure that we meet if we want to produce. But yes, that's the challenge as on date we are facing.
Okay, sir, you were also giving the trend of the export prices. There is not much demand in the foreign market, especially Indonesia, and there will be a problem of plenty in the coming days.
No, as far as rice is concerned, I was saying that there is a stress as far as export prices are concerned, because there is huge buffer stock and demand. Supply side is there, and the demand is not equally meeting the supply side. So that's why there is a challenge as far as today, and the prices are under stress. Value realization is little down, but we are hoping that in the coming times, international prices will improve and our value realization will also improve as far as rice is concerned.
Is this for both basmati and non-basmati?
Yes, it is for both. It is a rice sector whole. See, internationally, it is not much difference as far as basmati or non-basmati. It is we do, because basmati belongs to us. But internationally, it is rice. So rice prices are under stress.